Hey radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Father's Day, still the top trending topic. People discussing how they celebrated the holiday, including Jennifer Lopez, who posted a picture of Ben Affleck and said, "My hero, our hero." I thought that was a little interesting, considering what's going on. Our hero, happy Father's Day.
Do they have children together?
They do not.
So who is our? Meaning, like Mark Anthony's kids and her?
I would have to imagine, yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering. I'm not criticizing. I'm just wondering because I know stepchildren count in Father's Day and all that. I'm not saying they shouldn't be wishing him Happy Father's Day. I just didn't know who all was part of we, as she said.
He's the hero to the current family.
The blended family. J-Lo took out Violet, I think is the daughter between Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. So it seems like they all kind of have this nice relationship. Except for J-Lo and Ben. They seem to be the ones on the outs. But she said, our hero. So maybe they're going to be fine. We'll see. Over the weekend, Inside Out 2 had a huge weekend. $155 million domestically. Wow. Second biggest opening for an animated movie of all time behind the Lion King reboot, which was done back in 2017, I think it was. So a lot of people went to go see Inside Out 2. I've heard great reviews about it. Adults sobbing in the theater. I really don't know what it's about other than the characters play human emotions like anxiety, jealousy.
They're the emotions of a teenage girl.
Of a teenage girl.
In her head. Yeah. Okay.
But videos I've seen of parents taking their kids, and the parents are just weeping over this movie. But a lot of people went to go see it.
But, I mean, I can relate to that. Many times my dad would watch cartoons with me and just boo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I mean, just blubbering all over the place.
Maybe the cartoons were different. I don't know.
Man.
Yeah, they didn't make cartoons with emotion back then. So.
They weren't. Cartoons were different back then.
Listen, I don't care what the movie is. If I'm looking, my dad's walking out of the theater crying, I'm taking him to the hospital.
No, I'm respecting him more for letting his emotions.
Something is wrong with him if he's in there watching a movie and comes out and he's boo-hooing still.
Did you go see the movie, Rob?
No, I hate Inside Out. I hated the first one.
Oh, okay.
That's his emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of a down note, didn't it?
And then one of the biggest stories over the weekend, again, WNBA trending, Angel Reese clocking Caitlin Clark with a forearm during the game. She was called on a flagrant foul. A lot of people discussing the play. Did you guys see this hit?
I saw it. It's,
part of the game?
It's part of the game. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
What? Everything that happens to Caitlin Clark that's flagrant is out of the ordinary.
Really?
Because she's a target. She's a full target.
She's got a bullseye on her?
If somebody would have done that to Scottie Pippen back in the day on the Bulls, Michael Jordan or Dennis Rodman would have gone right there and shoved them to the ground.
Well, I saw somebody say, I saw that was somebody's take was, it's not that it happened, because that's part of the game. That's what you do in many cases. It's the fact that none of her teammates jumped up and fought for her. Mm-hmm. They went over to help her up. Nobody fought for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's going to have to start sucker punching.
She did get bonked on the head pretty hard.
Yeah,
but
she took a shot.
So those are just a few things that are now trending.
Oh. Can't wait to tell you what I'm dealing with this week. And it's just getting started, and it's only going to get worse. And I shouldn't laugh at it, but I'm probably going to. And I think you will too. Next, hang on.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So I'm dealing with something that is very important day in American history. 30 years ago today, the O.J. Simpson car chase took place. 95 million Americans watched the 8-hour police chase of O.J. and the white Ford Bronco. I didn't realize it was 8 hours is how long that entire thing took. Yeah, 95 million Americans. You know, then he threatened suicide and refused to leave the Bronco, got to his driveway, the whole thing. 30 years ago today.
Crazy, man. 30 what years?
30 years ago today.
Just 30?
Yeah. So I have a weird situation in my home that I'm dealing with because Sunday will be my son's first birthday. And I cannot have a conversation of any sort with my wife about this first birthday without there being tears. I mean, she is walking a fine line this week of just barely holding it together. Yesterday, we're getting ready to put him to bed. She goes, I think it's nice that we alternate nights putting him to sleep. She said, I think it's nice. You get to do it you're doing it on Father's Day. She said, then it's Saturday night for his last night. I'll put him. I said, it's not his last night. He's not dying. And then she started laughing. She goes, I didn't mean last night. I meant last night as a baby.
Oh,
I was like, oh my God, we got to get it together. You've got to get it together. Help me here.
Don't let Amanda go see Inside Out 2.
Yeah, I know. She was like, this is last. It's like, man, he's going to be 1. And then one day he's going to be 2. And he's going to be 3. She's like, I know, it's just something about the first birthday.
No,
Really?
You're not supposed to act that way till they go to kindergarten. That day, they're no longer babies.
Who knows what
There's no
happened.
baby left in them in
She's
kindergarten.
Like, hey, he's got to be a toddler now. And I'm not exaggerating. She said the words, then I'll get to rock him. I want to make sure I rock him Saturday night on his last night. I was like, his last night. He's going to be 1. He's not dying. What are you talking about?
Do you laugh or are you just like, no
Yes.
better? You do laugh.
And then I laughed out loud. I was like, it's not his last night. And then she started laughing. She goes, you know what I mean? It's not his last night.
She's got a sense of humor about it.
Oh, yeah. She laughs about it every time. But any conversation about it, we were talking about doing something. There's something she wants to go do next Sunday on his actual birthday. And I said, that sounds great. And she said, then we'll take him over there. And then, okay, just stop talking about
brother.
it. And I can't imagine it's not going to get any better as the week progresses because the closer we get to his birthday party, it's going to be a disaster.
I love that.
I don't, Rob. What I'm saying is pray for me this week. I think it's going to be a long week around my house.
I could see that. All right, we'll start.
Please.
Prayer warrior.
Yeah,
Put you on the list.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I don't know if y'all saw it, but did you see the George Strait stat from the weekend?
Yes.
George Strait made history Saturday night when he played Kyle Field at Texas A&M University. 110,905 people. That is the largest ticketed concert crowd in U.S. history. Almost 111,000 people showed up to see George Strait at Kyle Field.
Yeah. I mean, he brings a high energy show. Tell you what. I'll tell you what. Huh?
He doesn't move, so the stage moves because he doesn't move the entire show. He just stands there and plays his songs, but people love him. Yeah. People love him.
I just think they could have waited to a different month for a man named Strait to be able to, show off like that.
It's true. It's very insensitive.
It's triggering, actually.
And this is my favorite story of the day. This is the story you'll be talking about the rest of the day because there's a middle-aged man in England who is suing Apple after his wife found a bunch of text messages that he sent to prostitutes. He says he turned to prostitutes in the last few years of their marriage and would text them using his iMessage. What he didn't know was, even though he went in and deleted them out of his phone was tied to their computer at home, and his wife found them on their desktop.
Yeah.
She filed for divorce less than a month later and took him for all that he's worth. He's suing Apple for $6.3 million plus attorney's fees because that's what he lost. He says that he and his wife were very happily married for over 20 years. He called it a, quote, superb marriage, end quote. He says that if she'd found out he was cheating some other way, they might have worked through it. But seeing the text messages was just, quote, too brutal, end quote, of a way to find out, so she couldn't forgive him. His lawyers say they're looking into making it a class action lawsuit if they can find other men who will come forward saying that the same thing happened to them.
Yeah.
But don't you have to go in and set that up, right?
Or I think either you have to go in and set it up, or it asks you if you want to set it up when you're setting up your computer.
That's right, because my phone and my iPad are tied together. It asks you when I was setting up the iPad.
Yeah, if you're connected through the iCloud, your MacBook is the same as your iPad, is the same as your iPhone. So you can do iMessage on all those things. So I don't even know what his reasoning would be. And he didn't have a superb marriage. You were cheating on your wife.
Up until that point, it was superb. Riggins, that's what he's saying.
Okay.
And they could have maybe worked through it had she not found those text messages because it was Apple's fault.
Somebody get Tim Cook on the phone.
I agree with him.
$6.3 million is what he lost in the process.
Yeah, he ought to take half the company.
We had a superb marriage, except for that whole I was texting hookers. There was that.
Until Apple screwed it up.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
So there is yet another test that is making the rounds of social media. And I don't understand. I don't understand why women continue to do this type of thing. And this is one of the dumbest ones ever. Coming up next.
It's a radio show. It's a podcast. It even has its own app.
Got the app on my phone, and it's like having a personal DJ in my pocket.
Get the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store.
Download the app.
Or at acetj.com/app.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck, or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Here we go again. Is anybody else familiar with the strawberry test?
Nope. No.
All right. I saw this on TikTok over the weekend. Then I started looking into it. And it's becoming fairly widespread. Here's just one example of the strawberry test. Then I'll explain exactly what it means and how it's supposed to work for your relationship.
I have a question.
She's talking to her boyfriend.
If you were out and about and you were really hungry, like you were starving, you walk past a strawberry field, would you pick them and eat them? Or would you wait until you get home because you've got a meal at home?
I mean, I'd eat both. If I'm hungry, I would eat the strawberries and then just come home and eat at home.
Now, you know what that means? That means he's a cheater. Oh. So here's the simple test. The strawberry test is these women are asking their boyfriends and husbands, if you were starving and walked past a field of strawberries, would you pick one? And if he says yes, that means he's likely to cheat, especially if he says he would climb over a fence to get some strawberries. Because then it goes on, like, how many strawberries would you pick? And, you know, would you carry some strawberries with you? And all kinds of things. It just goes on and on and on. And if he says, well, no, it's not, you know, it's a field. I don't own the field. I wouldn't pick any strawberries. That means he's not a cheater and he's a good man.
Oh, my God.
It makes zero sense. There's no reason. I couldn't find, as hard as I tried, I could not find the origin of the strawberry test. This is one of those things that happens. And then there are thousands of TikToks and videos out there about the strawberry test. Nobody can tell you why strawberries, why means he's going to be a cheater. That's what it means, apparently.
Yeah, well.
And these women are telling these guys, so you would cheat on me. And the guys are, I thought we were talking about strawberries. What are you talking about? None of the guys ever have any clue what's happening. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and if you're a guy and that happens to you, break it off right there. Just even the fact, say, you know what, I'm not playing your little test game. And the fact that you want me to play it tells me that we're not meant for each other. So, adios. Well, you can do that if you're good looking.
What, the guy can do it if he's good looking?
Yeah. If he's good looking, yeah.
I'm out.
But if you're not, you got to take that kind of crap.
It's like, what? It's like, what is the point?
I don't know if it means he's going to be a cheater, but it definitely means he's a thief. I mean, he just stole strawberries. I'd be more concerned about being in a relationship with a dirty, rotten thief. You can't just be taking people's fruit.
Yeah, but apparently if you are starving and you're walking past a strawberry field and you pick a few strawberries,
you're going to cheat.
To help your hunger subside, you're a cheater.
What if you're hungry and you're walking through a convenience store and you see a pack of Sun Chips?
Yeah.
And you buy those and then eat them before you get home. Does that mean you're a cheater as well?
Well, if you paid for them, you're not a cheater.
Oh.
If you bought them, apparently you're not a cheater. It's only if you take them.
But yeah, I'm with Regan.
It
means you're a thief, not necessarily a cheater in a relationship. You're just a thief.
Yeah.
And nobody likes a thief.
So. Nobody likes a thief.
I'm not paying for these corn nuts. I'm starving.
Regan's the Now Trending coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies. And, you know, Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. They use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Top trending topic at the moment, #House of the Dragon. The Max show debuted last night, season 2, episode 1. This is the Game of Thrones spinoff. Second season, episode 1. A lot of people really excited to watch it. I have been actively avoiding spoilers on the internet, which I don't do very often, but I don't want this one spoiled for me.
This one's called what? House of the Dragon?
House of the Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Dragons. Dragon.
Dragon.
All right.
Yeah, they are my dad asked for a recap over Father's Day weekend. Remind me what, I don't remember the story at all. This is the Targaryen family? Is that right? I go, yeah, and I'm trying to explain it to him, but quite frankly, I didn't remember either. It's been a long time since the season 1 happened. So a lot of people discussing that this morning. They did the Tony Awards last night. For whatever reason, on Father's Day, I mean, you got to put on a suit and tie and go watch people perform Broadway shows on a Sunday? No, not a fan. But they did the Tony Awards last night. Bryson DeChambeau is your U.S. Open winner, his second major. A lot of people were watching that over at Pinehurst, which is in North Carolina. Great place of the country.
Yeah, I don't like tennis.
This is not tennis. This is golf.
Oh.
But I respect your opinion about tennis. You're not much of a golf fan either, though.
No. Don't they have a U.S. Open tennis?
I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one was golf. Bryson DeChambeau won that. Tonight is game 4, I think, or no, game 5.
Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Of the NBA Finals, Celtics, Mavericks.
If the Celtics win, it's over.
The Celtics win, it's over, but they got blown out by the Mavericks.
Yeah, they got blown by 38 Friday night.
So how does that happen?
It's it's one of those things.
They're sore.
The Celtics just wanted to get home.
Yeah,
they
were
was like,
sore.
let's win on our home court.
Yeah. And then over the weekend, I thought this was interesting. Last week we had a story. Somebody on the show was talking about how Giselle and her jiu-jitsu boyfriend had broken up because of the Tom Brady roast. But over the weekend, they were spotted holding hands and being all lovey-dovey. She's nuzzling up on his neck. And so it looks like things are either back on or never ended. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that was a Page 6 story that we shared. Just that was kind of the hot rumor that was out there.
Yeah.
They admitted they had no proof. That was the word from inside.
They're definitely split.
Yeah.
They don't look very split up.
Because, I mean, you could look at these people and tell they're solid. Especially the history, with her history and the whole thing, they're solid.
You think so?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah.
Look at those two together.
Very solid.
It's a good-looking couple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you guys are not Giselle fans. You don't think she's that good-looking?
I think she's gorgeous. I think she's way better looking than he is. He's in great shape, but I don't think he's all that good-looking a guy. Maybe it's the beard. I think he'd be better looking without that beard.
Mm-hmm. On Father's Day, though, that's got to be. Even if you're Tom Brady, that's still got to sting a little bit, right?
Well, his kids weren't with him. He had the kids.
Yeah, he had the kids.
Yeah, he didn't care.
And again, Giselle is just okay looking to me.
Okay, fair enough.
Tom Brady looked really good in that red suit the other night.
He did look good in that red suit, didn't he?
For sure.
Yeah.
So those are just a few things that are now trending.
Okay, to all of you pickleball people, there is another game that has come along, and people are starting to say, move, get out the way, pickleball, get out the way. Could pickleball be on its way out? We'll find out next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
we've decided great furniture
is good fitting
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Hey, don't forget to check out TJ's podcast, which is today. Probably by noon it'll be posted up, ready for you to download wherever you get podcasts, like the Ace TJ Family app. You can watch it and listen to it and guffaw. Probably will be some guffawing if you're into that sort of thing. We will guffaw. It will be great. It'll be great. Now I have nothing against the game of pickleball per se. I think it looks like it's fun. I would like to someday, and I've been talking about this, learn how to play pickleball. Not bad. It's when people act like pickleball is their right. It's their entitlement. And if anybody gets in their way or the court isn't ready for them, they just have a meltdown and act like brats at all ages. Well, you know how fads come and go, and pickleball took over pretty fast.
It did.
Well, now there is something called pepper pong that is the alternative to the problems with pickleball with not being able to find a court and all that stuff. Ace, you remember that indoor Nerf ping pong set I used to have?
Yeah.
And you just set it up on a table somewhere and all that? That's basically what this is. It's a new game. It's like $75 or something like that for the plastic net that you can put up. But you can use it on any table. You can use it on the hood of your car. You can play pepper pong anywhere. So it's just a portable ping pong set with these little weighted Nerf type balls. But it's exactly like this thing that Nerf had years ago called Nerf ping pong. or Nerf table tennis, whatever they called it.
Yeah.
And I think I may have been the only person in the country that had one of these things, because I never saw it anywhere else. Nobody else ever had, and it wasn't something I had as a kid. I had it as an adult.
Yeah. You're the only person I've ever known that had one.
But that's what this is. Are you looking at pictures of it?
Yeah, I'm
that's
looking at
exactly what it is. You just have this little plastic net, and you can set it up anywhere that there's a flat surface and play ping pong with it.
I just saw on the video they were playing it on an airplane.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, let's not do that unless you're the only people on the plane.
There are people playing on the island at their house. Two guys playing on the hood.
Yeah,
across the hood of the car.
Right, and no surprise, the hood of that car, that hood belongs to a Subaru. I'm saying. With Colorado plates. That's the one that I'm looking at.
Yep.
Subaru with Colorado plates. Hey, Dad, let's have a paddle. Okay, son.
Although
here we go.
I will say the people that are playing wearing a headband or a sweatband on their wrist. If I calm down, bring it down just a little bit.
So now, if this catches on, people are going to go nuts over it, just like they did pickleball, and there are going to be problems. They're going to have, it's just like skateboarders. No skateboarding on the sidewalk in front of this business. Or whatever. You're going to have no pepperball playing signs. You can't just stand out here, in the bar area and play pepperball while you're waiting for your table to be available at the restaurant.
It looks fun, though.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look $70-something.
No, it doesn't look
No, not at all.
They call the paddles mullets on this?
Mullets?
It says it comes with 4 mullets.
Oh. Okay. Well, reason enough there not to buy it.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're, again, going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
So my name is TJ, and I do not seek the adrenaline that is provided by a thrill ride most of the time. Very few times in my life do I participate in a thrill ride, like roller coasters and bungee jumpings and things of that nature. What do you call those? Moonshot deals? Is that what you call them?
Yes.
I don't like any of that.
Those are awesome.
There are a few roller coasters here or there that I've come across in my life that I like. The Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney World, back when I used to go to Disney World, but I don't go now. There were a couple at Universal Studios that were real roller coasters, not simulators. But one of my biggest fears, like if you just sat down and said biggest fears in life, give me the top 5. Number 1 on my list would be being buried alive somewhere.
Ooh, good one.
And probably somewhere in that top 5 would be stuck upside down on a thrill ride at an amusement park. Well, there's a bad one that happened Friday at Oaks Park, which is the oldest amusement park in Oregon, right there. Oregon itself is enough to make my skin crawl, being amongst those people. But then you put me on a thrill ride that's way up in the air, and it's a pendulum ride that swings 360 degrees while the circle everybody sits in is also spinning. So it's spinning and going up. Spinning and swinging the other way and all that. Well, it got stuck for 30 minutes and people were upside down in this thing. I don't, at my age now, and not being in, what I would consider fighting shape at this point, I really legitimately think I could have a heart attack during that time and die. When I was young, I would say I would have a heart attack, but I wouldn't really. But I'd need therapy when I came off of it, probably.
No, I agree. I can easily see how people do that. And I saw on one article that said for the first couple minutes, everybody remained calm. Then panic began.
Well, see, that's where we differ. Because there wouldn't be a minute, a second that I remained calm.
Yeah, they said they went a couple of minutes with everybody like, okay, everything's going to be fine. And then when they realized it was going to take a little while, people began to panic.
Did I miss? Did you say how long they were stuck?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's just... And to me, anybody that looks at that ride and thinks, oh, yeah, I can't wait to get on that. We have nothing in common, I don't think, when it comes to what we like as fun.
Yeah.
You know, the things that are fun.
That ride looks
and
awesome.
I'm not saying you're stupid for getting on. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's just... people are different. And some people love stuff like this, and then other people are smart. But I'm not saying you're stupid if you like because it goes completely upside down and then spins and then drops back down and swings the other way and does the same thing. Ugh.
And it's not even just getting suspended upside down 2 feet above the ground. You know, it's way up in the air upside down. I think it makes it even worse somehow.
If I got suspended upside down for 30 minutes and I'm only the height of my ceiling, I'm freaking out. But this is another level.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
All right, a few people saw that we were testing out something in the studio where we were using this thing called what is this new machine that we have called Facebook Live. It's a new machine we've laid out a lot of money for, called Facebook Live. And Riggins, you tell the details of this, since I'm the only one that has been a problem with it technically, as far as the technology goes, which is not unusual. But I am up to speed now on the step you told me to take to be prepared for tomorrow night's thing.
Yeah. So every Tuesday we do these things called Ace and TJ Experiences, where it'll be a different theme each week. Ace is doing one, TJ's doing one. We're all doing one for Peyton's Promise tomorrow, and it'll all be streamed on Facebook Live at the Ace TJ Show on Facebook. 30-minute show, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Because what we were thinking was, these fleeting moments that we get to spend together, you know, during the morning times and afternoons, just not enough. We're not doing enough shows for you. So this is just another opportunity for you to get to see and hear all of us together conversing one with another. And then you could be very participatory in this if you would like. Yeah, Don't we allow people to be participatory?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you want to be part of it, you can just raise your hand, a little Facebook feature. You want to be added to the live stream so you can actually join the show.
You can pop right in, ask questions, talk about whatever you want.
Can they be participatory and communicative at the same time?
I think so.
I think so, yes.
It's not an either-or thing.
I think you can do both. You can do both. So there is one last step for TJ to do before it happens, but fingers crossed.
And it's in the evening.
7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
At the Ace TJ Show.
Well, isn't that nice?
Oh, it's wonderful. 7 p.m. on a Tuesday. Are you kidding? Where else in the world would I rather be than streaming live on Facebook? I'm thrilled about it. Just kidding. I'm pumped.
My favorite video, I think, that has been out lately is the one where the guy is at the bikini drive-through coffee place, and he gets his order. They get his order wrong or something. He throws his 2 coffees back, just douses the woman inside with the coffee, and then she comes out of her window with a hammer and smashes his windshield. Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. You haven't seen that video, Riggins?
No.
Oh, yeah. Wow. It's awesome.
She gets the hammer all the way through the windshield.
Mm-hmm. Was she in a bikini?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't often see an attack in a bikini, so that's with a hammer. A hammer attack in a bikini. I'm intrigued. I want to hear more.
But, I don't have a problem with it. What she did. But it started, a bunch of discussions as to who if she should have done that or shouldn't have done that.
He threw hot coffee at her?
Yeah, well, they were iced coffees.
Oh, either way.
Took the lid off of them and threw them up in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Smash her with a hammer.
Yeah, she's fine.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know what's going to happen, to either one of them. But he looked like he was wearing a disguise. He looked like he was wearing a fake mustache or something.
Oh.
One of those. I'm seeing more and more fake mustaches lately.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's becoming a problem. So stop the fake mustache.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies, and richer people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. Use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
Big weekend at the movies. Inside Out 2, $155 million domestically. I think over 300 globally, making it the second largest opening for an animated film ever. Not topping the Lion King reboot that was out a few years ago starring Beyonce. But that movie did not get great. The Lion King reboot did not get great reviews, but it's still one of the biggest movies of all time. So Inside Out 2 not able to top that, but a massive weekend for Pixar. Pixar and Disney, I think. Pixar. They're tracking the upcoming Deadpool Wolverine movie to be the largest opening for any R-rated movie ever. I think they're tracking that for $200 to $300 million opening weekend, which is going to be crazy.
The opening weekend to do $200 to $300 million?
I believe so. Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh.
That's another Disney movie, but it's rated R. And if you look at like the biggest movies of all time, none of them are R-rated. So this is going to be a crazy one that people are going to want to go see. House of the Dragon is the top trending topic. That is the Game of Thrones spinoff. Season 2, Episode 1 premiered last night on Max. A lot of people discussing that. There's dragons, sword fighting, all the things TJ hates.
Yeah, so no normal people movies or shows to speak of right now. Like for people who don't like fantasy type things and futuristic deals and superheroes and stuff.
Inside Out 2 is like a family comedy, right?
Yeah.
But isn't it an animated show?
Animated movie. It's a kids' movie.
Yeah. And it's out of Disney and Pixar.
It's out of Pixar.
So it's probably propaganda.
Okay.
So for normal people, there's really nothing around.
I would argue that there's a new normal, TJ, and you just need to adapt.
Yeah. And I'm not even wasting my time arguing with what you would argue. Robbie.
So there. But, normal, fitting within your sort of guidelines is tough. There's a lot of things you don't like.
No. I didn't say I had to like it, but there's a difference in normal people things and kid things and futuristic things and all of that fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's not, real movies about real things.
We want real movies back in the theater. So
no, I'm just saying, all I said was there's nothing like that out there.
Yeah. No, totally agree.
And then that's why they suck.
Yeah. We're going to talk about Father's Day coming up next.
Available 24/7 on the free Ace and TJ Family app.
Download it from the App Store.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
We haven't talked about, did you guys have a nice Father's Day?
Yeah, it was real nice.
Yeah. To the fathers on the show, Ace and TJ.
It was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was really nice. I spent Saturday down at my parents' house. They live in a 55 and up community. And I stayed, my mom said, well, are you going to stay the night just so I can plan meals? I was like, I don't know. I don't want to decide right now. But, once I get into those beers, it's pretty much locked. It's set. I'm staying the night. So she did have a lot of food there. And then my brother, his wife, and their 3 kids came over on Saturday evening. We had Portillo's Italian beef. We had it ready for Father's Day. That's what I wanted. So we had that, and I was, pounding beers. It was a really good time. Sat around, watched golf, didn't do anything. That's a good time in my family. It's not planning to go out on the boat for the day and then go to dinner at a nice restaurant. It's really just sitting in the living room and just hanging out.
Yeah.
That's like a great time. But then Sunday I woke up, my dad went to church, and before he did, he brings out a paper, like he's got a big announcement to make, and he hands me this paper. He goes, look at that. And I'm looking at it, and it's clearly from a medical office, and it's got charts and numbers and a bunch of words that I don't understand. And I said, what is this? And he goes, look at these numbers. This is my report from the heart doctor. I go, is it good or bad? I don't know what you're. I can't. Somebody hearing your blood pressure. What is
blood
good?
pressure, cholesterol, all of that.
I don't know.
And you don't know.
Just tell me.
And you don't know what the starting point was. Is it up or is it down? Where
and
are we
what's
going?
the reaction he's looking for me to read this and go, oh my God, this is incredible? Just tell me, hey, guess what? My numbers are all good.
I'm all good now.
I'm fine. I would appreciate that more. But then as I was leaving, my mom was packing me up some food, and she goes, do you want 4 jars of relish? I go, what? And she goes, your father, he's been on a tuna salad kick lately, and every time he wants to make tuna salad, he has to go back to the grocery store, and he forgets that we have a bunch of relish. So I said, no, I don't need 3 jars of relish. You can keep those. But he's incapable of effectively grocery shopping. Yesterday, we spent all day talking about all the great things your dad can do. What is something your dad cannot do now that we have passed Father's Day? My dad cannot go grocery shopping. It's sad. So what is your dad not able to do? At the Ace TJ Show, we'll get your answers next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies is here, and we're talking about home improvement. That doesn't just mean, like, my wife thinks our home would improve if I left it. That's not what that means, is it?
Yeah, for Jody, that would probably help her out. But for everybody else, we need a sun deck, or they want a backyard kitchen. It's an easy phone call to 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
Now, you've got the money in your home. Let Richard find it. HomeWithRichard.com. It's the Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
They say there are only 2 things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
So social media was filled with glowing reviews of people's fathers yesterday on Father's Day. My dad is the greatest ever. He's so funny, and he would do anything for his family. Glowing things about people's fathers. But today we're going to talk about the things that your dad cannot do. The simple things your dad can't do. For example, my dad can't effectively grocery shop. That's how my parents end up with 3 jars of relish in their pantry because he's on a tuna salad kick and he buys a lot of relish, not knowing that they already have some. So what can your dad not do? This person wanted to remain anonymous, but I think it's great. What can your dad not do? She said, my dad can't talk to someone who knows English as a second language without taking on their accent as if that will make him easier to understand. For example, speaking English in a Spanish accent when somebody of Spanish origin begins speaking to him. He can't not do that. That would be so bizarre.
There's no way I could sit and watch that without laughing out loud.
I would be like terrified that it'd be offensive. I'm like, please do not do that.
Yeah, especially if you know that it's coming, and when you hear somebody's accent immediately, I'd start getting tickled. Like, oh, here we go.
Hello, sir, senor, or whatever he's doing. I mean, that would just be so embarrassing.
I'm dying to hear that.
I know.
I wish that person had some type of recording of that we could hear. I want to hear what that sounds like.
What can your dad not do? Jackie said he cannot cook a steak correctly. And the worst part is he raises his own cattle and he cannot cook a steak properly. Every time we cook out, I repeat myself and I say, Dad, get my steak off that grill. So he's overcooking steak all the time, even though he raises cattle. That's pretty bizarre.
My wife's dad can't cook anything inside.
Really?
Yeah. When my kids were little, he came to watch them for a few hours in the mornings while my wife and my mother-in-law went to New York. So he was just up with our children long enough for me to get back home from work at 11 o'clock in the morning. And he had to fix one of them a grilled cheese sandwich one day and had to call my mother-in-law and ask her how to do it. He can't cook any, but he can grill, but he can't cook anything inside.
That's a lot like my dad. And I know that's pathetic. Like, I know you always say, like, guys should be able to at least feed themselves. Yeah. But I always think, like, oh, my dad's going to be screwed if my mom goes first because he cannot take care of himself. Erica said, little thing your dad can't do, he can't say caramel macchiato. He always says macchiato, and I love it. More next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
We're here with our friend Richard Toccato from the Richard Toccato Companies, and Richard, people have credit card bills, and they need to use that equity, don't they?
That's right. They use the equity in your home, restructure your debt, save yourself a bunch of money, and it's easy. We've got the instant equity. It's simple. They make you an offer. You can close in 4 days, get your money that quick. Ace, you've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. It'll change your life in virtually no time. Starts with a free 5-minute phone call, 704-800-4719, or online at homewithrichard.com. The Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Happy National Mascot Day for all the mascots in our radio family. I know we've got a bunch of them. I learned like the salary, I think, on this show a couple weeks ago about how much mascots make. It's incredible.
Yeah, some of them make a lot of money.
Yeah, like the local one, Hugo's one of the highest paid ones. Hugo the Hornet, right?
Is he really?
I think so.
Or she?
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Can mascots be women?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They can do. I wonder what the ratio is, men to women breakdown in mascots.
You mean professional American sports mascots?
Yeah.
Probably 100% to 0%.
Women to men?
Men.
Men to women. And why is that?
They're pretty much all men.
Why?
Because being a mascot when you get on the professional level is a man's job. I mean, being a cheerleader is a woman's job. Isn't that what they say?
I had no idea. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I thought that
mascots.
was the rule. I thought, but maybe not. Maybe it's not.
Maybe not. I don't know.
No, I'm kidding. But I think most of them are.
Yeah,
men.
I wonder why. Because I mean, you got to be incredibly talented to pull that off. So it's impressive.
The Denver Nuggets mascot, I just looked it up, is the highest paid, $625,000 a year.
Good Lord.
$625,000 a year. Is it a man or a woman?
That's a guy.
It is a guy.
Yeah.
And I want to know, like, what were you previously before you became the mascot? Were you a gymnast or a cheerleader or a whatever they call it, dancer?
Any of that. You could have been started out being a mascot at your high school and
that's amazing.
Gotten a scholarship for it. Yeah.
Millionaire mascots. Love to see it. So tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're doing the Ace and TJ Experience. The theme of this week is Peyton's Promise, our charity. If you want to learn more about Peyton's Promise, you can go to peytonspromise.org. But Ace, TJ, and I will all be live streaming on Facebook. Rob, you're certainly invited. I know you don't have to be, but we would love to have you on if you'd like to be.
I'll check it out.
At the Ace TJ Show on Facebook if you'd like to join. It's going to be fun. We're just going to be hanging out, talking about the charity, shooting the breeze.
And a bunch of other stuff. It won't just be us telling you about our charity for half an hour.
Yeah, you don't want to see that, but
no, nobody does.
It'll be fun. At the Ace TJ Show. And this one is going to be fun because you can actually participate, join the live stream with us, and it's going to be tons of fun. At the Ace TJ Show on Facebook. See you tomorrow night.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.